Hey everybody, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel, Love Without Limits. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips to stay healthy and fit all summer long. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. Summer is a time of family, friends, vacations, going out, but you also probably want to look good. And many people also work throughout the winter, throughout the spring, ever since like the New Year's, be like, oh, I'm gonna get in shape for the summer. So there's no point in doing all that work just to lose all of that work during the summer. Now I understand that every body is a bikini body and you should feel confident in how you look, and that how you look on the outside is not a reflection of who you are on the inside, and that if somebody is being judgy or you fear that somebody's being judgy, that's not a reflection of you, that's a reflection of them and their own insecurities that they are projecting onto you. So that's more of a them problem than a you problem. Honestly, don't listen to the haters. But on the flip side, I am a human and I understand that you might just want to look and feel your best, especially in a time where you are wearing shorts and bikinis and things where you are showing a bit more skin, and you shouldn't want to hide or not want to go out or not want to go to the beach because of how you look. Because again, while the outside is not a reflection of who you are inside, I also think that if on the inside you're feeling shy or less confident because of how you feel on the outside, then there's no problem in doing some changes in order to potentially change your physique or just change your overall health and how you look. And all of these tips are super simple and sustainable things that you can do, not just for the summer, but all year round in order to improve your health and general well-being. Tip number 1 is to drink water, especially in the summer when we are getting dehydrated. In the summer it is especially important because you are out in the sun, you are doing more activities, you are just losing more water through sweat. So you do need to replenish that. That way you can flush all the toxins out. It helps your skin. You won't get wrinkly and dry and flaky. It'll help your hair feel shinier. So water will just help you feel good inside and out. You want a good skincare routine? It starts with water. You want to lose weight? It starts with water. So water is just super important, making sure that you're drinking enough for your body weight. I try to get at least 4 of my 32 or 36 ounce Hydro Flask every single day, especially in the summer, especially during and after a workout, in order to replenish myself. And when doing that, try not to chug it all at once though, or adding electrolytes if you do decide to do so. While water is really good for you, you do need a good healthy balance of some minerals in your body as well. So in the morning, if you're feeling super dehydrated and you're gonna chug a ton of water, sprinkling in a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of lemon juice, just to also give you those electrolytes, so all of that water can actually be used. All of your cells need these electrolytes in order to pull the water into it, in order to plump them up, get them nice and good and hydrated. And you can't do that without, if you're just drinking water, without sodium, magnesium, potassium. So it all works together. So making sure that you're getting water plus electrolytes and just staying hydrated all summer. Tip number 2 is to move every day. Now this doesn't have to be a crazy workout, CrossFit, Zumba, running, all this crazy stuff every single day to where you're like burning your body out, you're overworking yourself, but at least 20 to 30 minutes of movement every single day. This can be a walk, this can be a quick yoga session, this can be some body weight moves, or if you are on vacation, just taking some resistance bands with you, going out on the balcony or on like a little yard, or if you're in a new place, just taking a 20 to 30 minute walk, even in the morning, to go get some coffee, to explore the surroundings, have a little you time, listen to a podcast, any type of movement instead of just waking up, putting on your swimsuit, laying out by the pool, and doing nothing until dinner time. By moving, even other summer activities, going to the beach, playing frisbee, playing volleyball, just going out with your friends and like swimming in the ocean, any type of movement every single day. And when you are playing volleyball with a friend, you are playing frisbee, you are out in the water swimming and paddling around, you might not think, oh, I'm exercising right now, or this is my 20-30 minutes of exercise in the middle of my tan day at the beach. But by doing that, you are all of a sudden getting movement in, you're having fun, and then you realize like, wow, I also worked out while doing that. So of course, if you do want to really put on muscle and change your body composition, doing resistance training, going to the gym will make those big differences. But if you just want to maintain how you look, you actually don't need to do as much exercise. Like if you put on a bunch of muscle leading up to the summer, you don't need to do that same amount of work in order to keep that muscle. You can actually tone it down a little bit in order to maintain. Now you won't be needing to spend as much time at the gym, so you can go out and do other fun activities. And doing any of these 20 to 30 minute workouts and activities and fun stuff just increases your exercise activity thermogenesis, which is part of your total daily energy expenditure, which I have a whole video on when it comes to boosting your metabolism. That way you can lose weight, you can eat more all summer, you can have that extra hot dog without putting on weight, and you can still maintain how you look or even alter how you look, altering your body composition by adding more muscle and losing more fat. And tying into that tip number 3 is to know that you can't spot reduce fat, or what the internet loves to call tone up. It doesn't exist, because you can't tell your body like where you're going to lose fat. So of course, if you're just doing activity all summer long, you're burning some calories, your body's just gonna lose fat from wherever it decides to do so. That's mainly based on genetics and hormones. So if you have any hormones that are a little off, it might determine whether or not you put more fat on your hips or in your belly. So obviously having your hormones in check, but genetics play a major part in this. For me, I want to grow my booty. What do my genetics want to do? Not that. The first place my body decides to gain fat is in my upper body, and then the last place it will ever gain fat is in my lower body. And when I'm working out consistently, the first place my body's like, we don't need fat, my butt. My body wants to store more fat in my arms than in my lower body. So of course genetics have a role to play with this, but if you want to reduce your overall fat percentage, you just have to lose fat, and it's up to your body whether or not that goes from where you want to or not. In order to lose all of it where you may want to, you probably have to get down to a super low body fat percentage, which is just unrealistic, unmaintainable, not sustainable. And again, we're focusing on sustainable tips here, sustainable lifestyle stuff. So just knowing that while you're working out and trying to get shredded and lean and toned for the summer is super important, because that does change your mindset and makes it a lot less of a struggle if you're like, I'm trying to get really good abs for the summer, but I can't see my abs, because maybe for you, your stomach is the last place your body wants to lose fat, or it's the first place where any extra weight goes on. And just not to get frustrated, that way you can enjoy your summer versus just like trying to shred and tone your body to how you want it to look. What's more important is doing resistance training and adding weight and progressive overload to the spots that you want to grow. So while you can't target reduce fat, you can target build muscle. And the more muscle you have, the more easily it will be seen underneath any fat that you may have. So if you want to build a nice core, you want to be able to see your abs, but you're like, I can't lose that little bit of body weight that's just hanging on right there, then you can just build your core more by adding more core strengthening exercises, adding more weight to core exercises in order to build the muscles of your core. That way you can see it without having to shred down to some super low body fat percentage that honestly makes your life miserable, because then you're like on this weird diet. And it's like, if you're not a bodybuilder, if you're not a bikini competitor, you don't need to do that. You need to have a nice, fun, balanced life and not stress out over like that last little bit. And if anybody says that you should tone a muscle or that you can spot reduce fat, unfollow them, because they have no idea what they're talking about. Tip number 4 is to be mindful of your sugar intake. So obviously sweets are great. We all love sweets, but just be careful when not drinking a ton of soda or super sweet tea or sweetened lemonade. Go for the healthier option, or focus on water, tip number 1. And instead of drinking your calories and drinking these sugar sweetened beverages, especially sugar sweetened alcoholic beverages, because all of a sudden you're on your second strawberry daiquiri and you realize that that's probably the amount of sugar that you should have for like an entire month, but you're gonna finish the strawberry daiquiri. So just being mindful of the amount of sugar that you are eating. And also if you are gonna have your sweet treat, like how I mentioned a few weeks ago in my Glucose Revolution review, one of the tips is to have your sweet treat after a meal, after you get your fiber in and your protein in and all your good healthy food in, and then get the sweet treat. That way you don't have that huge glucose spike, because the bigger the spike, the more prone you are to developing insulin resistance to it, and the bigger the spike, the more your body has to pull away and store onto your body as body fat. Have your s'more after you have your nice barbecue meal. And it will also just help you have more energy all summer in order to do all of those activities, because now you won't be having a glucose crash and spike and crash to where you feel super tired all of a sudden and then you don't want to do anything, so you fall asleep outside, maybe get a little sunburn. Being mindful of your sugar intake, that way you can keep all of these health and fitness achievements that you worked so hard on for the summer and reach your goals throughout the summer as well. And last but not least, tip number 5 is rest to recover. So of course, if you're doing all of these activities, you're having a great time and you do want to put on muscle and burn fat, don't overwork your body. Again, it's summer. It's a time to relax and enjoy the sun and friends and family. Allow your body time to recover. That way it can build and it can actually achieve those goals that you're working towards. And also when it comes to rest, during the summer, you might be going out more, you might be drinking more. So just limiting your alcohol consumption before bed, limiting how late you eat before bed. Because if you're drinking alcohol very often, you might wake up in the middle of the night. It's either to pee because all of a sudden all the alcohol is like, I have to get out of your body now. Or just because your temperature changes when you drink alcohol and then you wake up and you're like hot because you're like, what's going on? Or once your body's finished processing the alcohol, for some reason, it's like, okay, time to switch, and you wake up and then you never really go back to sleep. You might think you're asleep, or even if you don't wake up during the night, you wake up thinking like, oh, I got a lot of sleep, but your brain's still like, no, we did a lot. Your body's like, oh, no, I had to process a lot of strawberry daiquiris, so no, I'm pretty tired. You're not getting the full benefits of resting and recovering that you should. And the same goes for eating super late. If you're finishing a meal and then going to bed after, all of that is digesting throughout the night. So your body is more focused on digesting that than it is on actually resting and recovering. So if you are working out, you are getting activity in, actually rest and recover. Let your body heal itself, let it build muscle, let it do all the things that it needs to do instead of just bogging it down with super late night snacks and drinks. And you can really notice a difference between one of those nights and one of the nights when you do have really good, restful, restorative sleep. You wake up feeling so much more refreshed. So really, again, keeping it in balance. I know that not every night is going to be perfect and like the best sleep of your life, especially if you're on a vacation, but maybe a few nights of your vacation, be like, you know what, let's not go super crazy, super late tonight, so you can actually have a nice sleep, you wake up nice and refreshed, and you have the whole day to do activities without a hangover. Again, with all of these tips, balance is key. I don't want to be the one sitting here being like, don't have fun on your vacation. Enjoy your life, enjoy your friends, family, your summer, the food, the barbecues. Have a really fun time, but at the same time, just be mindful about how you feel and how you want to look, because you will feel bloated if you are just drinking every single night. Your gut's gonna feel off. If you aren't getting the best rest or you aren't drinking a ton of water, it's gonna be reflected in your skin. So just having balance of these 5 tips while at the same time enjoying your life and having fun and being able to do fun activities is all key in just longevity and feeling good physically and mentally. So there you have it. Those are my 5 tips to stay healthy and fit this summer. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which tip is your favorite and what tips you have, as well as what else you want to see here on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.